arise. That's what he says.
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh. Grave disappointment. Anyways, so for any of you watching this, we rearranged our entire schedule of Off the Shelves to get this book out now. Technically, a bit of snafu with fucking Amazon. I have pre-orders out on like a few books through Amazon. Solo Leveling's one of them because I can pre-order like 8 months in advance as soon as the books are announced to show that I want to buy them. But like we went to Barnes & Noble's and like 3 weeks ago and it was there on the shelves and Amazon was like, it'll ship on release day, March 21st. Fuck that shit. I refunded my Amazon purchase and bought it at Barnes & Noble's.
Maybe also, we got it before Street Day. Maybe Amazon is just a bunch of bitches.
That's true. Also, the anime trailer is out now. Well, one of them. But, like, it looks so good.
Saki don't know what to do with herself.
Yeah. I'm so excited. Anyways, we are on book 6 of the webcomic. Don't we love the cover? We love my baby. For those of you actually keeping up with the release, don't worry. We're probably not going to wait until the next webcomic volume comes out. I'll just like see how many chapters are in the average webcomic and then have Knick Knack read going forward, because I know it's going to be a while before 7 comes out. Like, it's not even... 7 might be scheduled, but it's for like late this year, and 8's definitely not scheduled yet. So how do we feel about book 6? So with book 6, we finish up the demon dungeon. And then we wake his mom up. We met a bunch of the other like high rankers, and we got to see like a more fuller picture of their powers. And we were introduced to the Japanese for the first time in this volume officially. And we did see some ant shit. Some like very, very cool ant shit. We've got the start of the ants.
Yeah. I was going to say, you were building this up. This doesn't feel like the book where things quite go down yet.
No. The ant shit is not done yet. They have just started the ant raid on Jeju Island.
Like, if I'm remembering the book right, they basically like, oh, this is bad. And then they get there like, oh, this is really fucking bad.
Yeah, this is very, very bad. To be fair, you do see, like, some of the Japanese group wiped out.
Yeah.
In this book.
TPK.
So this is the arc that apparently Japanese fans don't want adapted because it makes them look bad.
Well, I haven't seen the end of the arc. I won't comment on that yet.
You've seen the important part. You've seen all of the important parts about what they're doing. You've seen their plan. You saw the plan the Japanese had. You know? Like Goto Ryuji and the ambassador, I'm pretty sure. Sure?
I believe so. It's been a minute now.
It really hasn't. You've had the book for a week.
I read it once.
I know. Yeah, so Goto Ryuji's out for his own gain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he wants to challenge and become a national rank hunter, like Thomas Andre and some of the other characters we've had mentioned already. So that's what we get in this volume. So I personally, I love the Ant Raid. I'm really excited to finish it with you, and I think this is so far my favorite volume of the webcomic, mostly because I like that we have a lot of character and plot that doesn't involve Sung Jin-woo directly.
So like, this is gonna sound really fucking weird given my criticisms of the rest of the series. That stuff didn't interest me all that much this volume.
You don't like the other hunters?
No, I feel like, I'm sure we've seen some of them before, but a lot of them just feel like they come in and they're just, it feels like they're just building up. Oh, look at the void that's left by Sung Jin-woo not being here so far.
You've seen 3 of the Korean hunters.
Yeah.
So you've seen White Tiger Guild. You've seen Choi Jong-in, the sun dude, and you've seen the girl Cha Hae-in.
Yeah.
Big Ho. Anyways, you've seen those 3. You actually haven't met any of the others. So the rest of them are new to you as well. And then the Draw Sword Guild, who already several of are no longer with us. That you met them halfway into you met them 3/5 of the way into the volume, and they were dead by 5/5 of the way into the volume.
Yeah. Like, it feels like at least for me, it feels like the arc hasn't quite gotten away enough for me to be really impressed with it yet. Whereas I found the end of, like, I actually found this, for once I found the Sung Jin Woo stuff the most interesting here.
Oh, the Demon Castle.
It helped that he had another character to bounce off of for once in doing this.
Mm-hmm.
But besides the fact that he had another character, because we got introduced to a character who, going by soul leveling characters so far, I have a feeling we're never going to see again based off his first companion in that first book that we see like maybe twice.
The demon girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And...
but we get to see Kaisel!
Which one's Kaisel?
His dragon!
Oh, yeah.
Bitch got a dragon now! It's Kaisel! Also... his high-level shadows can level up.
Mm-hmm.
They can request higher rank. We get that with Igris and Tank, I think.
But like with the demon girl, we get a lot more like details on, not details, like hints at what might be going on here.
Yeah, like she's very obviously telling a story, like what she knows of the world. There's also the section where he asks her questions and she starts like glitching.
Yeah, like NPC Skyrim like syndrome. Like,
yeah,
this is not in my decided dialogue.
Yeah, like it literally says this dialogue includes confidential information and has been redacted, which we got a little bit of that with Barca, the ice dude, but you're getting a lot more now.
And now that it's not just him killing everything, you get an idea of like what's kind of going on with these monsters. They're being like pulled out from somewhere and put in these dungeons with a goal.
Yeah. And the goal is to kill humans.
Well, not necessarily. In her case, it wasn't specifically to kill humans. It was just the vague goal of protect this place.
Yeah. Which is interesting. And then, like I said, so Sung Jin Woo's mom wakes up, which is pretty cool. Now he's got like 3 of this like miraculous cure for this disease that existed. I have to admit, maybe this is like highly in retrospective, but I'm like a huge fan of like the fight between Goto and Sung Jin Woo. I do think it's like a little funny that he's like provoking him, you know, like this dude Goto Ryuji is so fucking homicidal, and Sung Jin was just like small like equivalency, and it's fucking hilarious. I do think it leaves off at an interesting point. I think I would like where it left off if I wasn't looking at a potential like 3 to 4, maybe even 5-month gap before the next book. But knowing that there's actually a really long time before the next book comes out in paper, I would have been really hesitant in giving this to you now if I didn't know that I could just go get the chapters off like Tappy Tune or whatever, you know? Because it does feel like you started an arc here, you know, like, and then you got this much of it, and then the book ended at really like a climactic moment in the first part of this arc, you know?
Yeah, I guess like it felt like we just didn't get enough of the arc for me to really care at this point, and the fact that it's still kind of the main character I think noticed that already, but the main character's not like too involved yet. I'm remembering right.
No, because he wasn't planning on going on the raid.
Yeah.
He thought they could handle it. He was like, nah. And he also didn't want his mom to find out that he was a hunter. Because, like, his mom doesn't know that he's, like, an S-rank hunter.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, which you're gonna have to tell her because you cannot hide that for that long. Like, this is gonna become a problem. You know what I mean? This is gonna become a problem. So, I'll definitely get you through the rest of the Ant arc relatively soon. At this point, what I might start doing is just start going by arcs. Moving forward, since I don't have the books for it, I'll just have you read an arc or 2. And then we'll be able to discuss them in those chunks. Because that's really, I think I've had a little bit of an issue with kind of how all the books have come out. And I feel like that's just because, like, sometimes there's such a long gap in when books are coming out, and then it just seems like they're cutting it at a certain page amount rather than actually trying to cut it like at the end of an arc or something. And I get cutting in the middle of an arc, you know, to keep interest.
I feel like a lot of manga do that.
Yeah, I get it, but I think maybe because I've finished with it, I kind of just wish that it would be more sensical.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. However, once again, yet another book where Sung Jin-woo has not changed appearance after those first 3. I told you he'd stop looking different constantly. Because you were complaining about that in the first 2 books because he was rapidly changing his appearance. Yeah, just over the course of like a couple of days, really. You know?
I think so far I find the world building more interesting in the plot across the Soul Leveling series. I think I've said that before last time. But it's sort of becoming more...
It helps that you're getting more of it.
Yeah.
The series is really doing good at like... And I think I didn't really think about this the first time, but like retrospectively, now that I've finished the series, it's doing a very good job at like peppering in world building as we're moving forward.
Now it is. I think before, when we first started, remember I was criticizing it a bit because it was like, it had some world building, but it was so kind of hyper-focused on Sung Jin-woo.
Well, I think that was the point, though. Like, the first book or 2 is telling you all about Sung Jin-woo, like, how he's getting to where he is, and then post-book 3, you start getting, okay, well, he's... Now...
Okay.
Past book 3... it kind of gets to, it starts moving away from, okay, so now we have established this powerful character, his backstory, what he did to get here, how he's gained his power. Now, let's contextualize this in the greater world and start letting you see what's happening behind the scenes. Which I can appreciate, especially because I know that this is not a super long, drawn-out series.
Yeah, I think... I'm sorry if I'm retreading old ground here, but I feel like my problem so far or with that was that Sung Jin-woo, like his entire like characterization here is reliant on the fact that he's an anomaly in this world. But when I don't feel like I have a good idea of what the status quo of the world is normally, it's a little bit harder for me to be as impressed when he's doing like these crazy feats with his leveling up. And I think it'd be more impressive to me if the gamer wasn't a hugely popular trope in fiction in general now. Yeah. Like across isekai, fan fiction, everything is gamer stuff now.
Which is, it's true. And like, you do have to think that this is not like a 2023 book. Like,
no.
These chapters started coming out back in like 2019, 2020. And that was the webcomic. Like, the web novel was coming out even before that. So it's not as if this is new, but... You already know about this trope because it's so common, and there's like 1,000 of these coming out right now.
So I think it was a foundational work of the trope. Also, I don't think it came out at a time where the trope was as beaten to death.
No, it definitely did not. Because, like I say, you have to think the web novel came out long before the webcomic. So, you know, count back to 2020 and then count back another couple years. And like, even in like 2018, the gamer was not as popular a trope. I mean, one of the main things I was reading that had the gamer as a trope in 2018 was the gamer, the webtoon.
I think a lot of places had it, but not everyone knew all of them. Whereas now everyone kind of knows all of them.
The max level returner, the max level newbie, the I got to max level in the starter dungeon. You know, all you know. I read them. I suppose the difference is I do read all those other ones, but. I gotta be honest, this is one of the only ones that I consider to be, like, quality. And when I say that, I mean in terms of the length, the world, the characters, and the story. Like, considering all of that. Because, like, yeah, there's a couple that have, like, really interesting premises, you know? And I read them because it's an interesting premise. But, like, if it's too short, or if it's too long, or if it moves too fast, or if it doesn't move fast enough, or if there's just no world contextualization because they're just presuming you're aware at this point all of these tropes, that doesn't really make it like a super, super good book. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've read like 17 of these with the title, like, The Max Level Returner, you know? They're not all good.
I definitely think it's doing a lot better than most of those series too now. But I think it's hard for me to say that I am invested as much as I'm fascinated.
I'm really looking forward to finishing the Ant arc and getting into stuff after that, because in my opinion, spoiler free, I'm not going to mention anything by name or specifically past the Ant arc, but I think in my opinion the tone of the series and the intent of it changes after the Ant arc. things change at that point. And it becomes more focused on the world perspective and what's happening, and that sort of thing than it is on Sung Jin Woo. The Ant arc to me kind of feels like the culmination of this is how he got to where he is, in my opinion. So I'm excited to finish it with you, and I'm fucking there's a word, and it's like catatonic, but it's not catatonic.
Anemic?
No. There's a word I'm thinking of, and it, like, I think it has a C at the beginning. It's maybe like cat something, and it just means that I am, like, so fucking excited I cannot human for the anime. No. In like a damaged way. I kept thinking catalytic, but catalytic is not the right word.
Catalytic converter.
Yeah. I am so excited that I cannot human or brain right now appropriately. Clearly. For the anime. I'm so fucking excited. Like, genuinely. And I hope you guys all are too, if you're still watching this, and if you're looking forward to the anime, let me know in the comments. We'll be back with more solo leveling relatively soon. Like, comment, subscribe.
I pray to God the anime doesn't go past this point so I can actually, fucking watch it.